Alright guys, just wanted to stop in and give a short shop update, what's been going on, what we got planned for this year, and show you some little things we've been doing here in the shop. I've been taking this last month or so to catch up on some smaller projects that have needed to be done and get those out of the way. One of the things we've been doing, get some work done on the 79 Jeep CJ. I've got most of the rust repairs done. Been finding a little bit more here and there, but we got new floor pans in on both sides. Can't see under the seat there, but I had to put a pan in over there. This pan had to make some patches for this support here, and also a little patch here on each side, and got a few patches I had to make in the back wheel well areas. There's still a couple places where I've got some rust to fix. There's some more back here on this rear wheel well, and but we're creeping up on it, knocking some of this work out on here. I've got to go out and buy some sheet metal stock so I can make patches for the fenders, and then we can start grinding welds and starting on the body work on this Jeep. Been sitting around here a little too long, and my friend that owns this has been getting a little anxious. She'd really like to get the Jeep back on the road so she can drive it a little while before she decides that she's probably going to just get rid of it. One of the other things we brought in, we got a nice 56 two-door sedan here that we're doing some work on. It had a fuel leak in the back at the tank, and the gauge wasn't working, so I found was on the sending unit where the wire comes through here, whatever material they were using to create the seal, it deteriorated and broke. As you can see it right there, kind of just melted away from the fuel and created a leak. So I put a new sending unit in, and the gauge still doesn't work. So I did some checks, made sure we had power going to our gauge. It might be a little dark in here, but you can see I was able to get the gauge to move up by tapping on the gauge cluster. Once I had the sending unit in it, if I tapped on the gauge cluster, tap, 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 it would slowly go up. Every time I tap it, it would move up. And if I let the float level go down, I tap it again, tap, 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 and the needle would go down. So that tells me that the gauge was bad. So I ordered up some parts for this. We've got a few other things that we took care of on here. Did some alignment on in this nice, look at all this. Nice chromy, shiny bling bling under the hood here. But I had to do some alignment on the fenders. They were a little close to the hood, as you can see. Had some paint chipped off here, a couple spots. So we got the fender spread a little bit on it. Been adjusting on the shifter linkage. It had some issues going on there. And what else did we have to do? Oh, I've been checking for a battery draw, but that seems to be okay right now. And I have to get the shift indicator lined up better on the column, so I've got a piece ordered for that too. Oh, and when I had it up in the air, you never know what you're going to find on these restorations. I found four body mount bolts missing out of where the frame is on this vehicle, where it body bolts down to the frame. 4 bolts missing, and the lower bushings missing. And whenever the car was done, it didn't have new body bushings put in it. So I ordered up a set of new body bushings and bolts and shims. So we're going to go ahead and replace all the body mount bushings and get those missing ones installed that weren't there. Hopefully it doesn't throw the body alignment out too much by replacing the bushings, but we'll see. That's why I've got the shim kit with it too, so we can get everything back lined up again. And what I mean by that is, you know, this car was put together with the old bushings in it, and the doors actually line up really nice on it. I mean, all the body lines are nice, they're lined up good, the gaps are decent. They're a little tight in some spots, a little tighter than I'd like them, but all in all, the doors line up good, so we want to make sure that alignment stays good. And when you on a body on frame car, if you put new bushings in it, it can change, it can twist the body. So we got to be careful when replacing all those. So that's the two projects that I'm kind of working on right now, and we're going to be moving some things around in here as soon as I get the Jeep to where it can go back outside and get the 56 done and it goes home. We're going to be getting back on the 69 Mercedes project. We're going to do a little bit of work to the 71 Challenger because I need to get some epoxy primer on that shell so that it can actually go and sit outside under cover for a while. I kind of need the floor space in here because we have big plans for two of the projects, the 69 Mercedes project and the 1970 Super Bee called Project Zombie that I'm doing for Mopar Connection magazine. Is going to be coming inside because that project has to be finished by September this year. Well, I say has to be in paint by September this year because it is going to make an appearance at the Holly Moparty show in the middle of September. That's the goal. So I've got a lot of work to do with that car, and I'm going to need it inside so I can be working on it at a more regular basis. So that's where we're at with everything that's going on here in the shop. Keep following along to see what we get into with these projects. And I appreciate everyone that's subscribed. Please share, like, subscribe if you haven't. Share the videos, leave me some comments, and I'll see you again soon.